Hello, 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 and welcome back to the Shadowcast, the podcast discussing all things hidden in the shadows. I move my microphone over here. Ooh. Okay. So we're going to talk about what's going on now, recently, this week. So as of this week, it's December in 2022. Kanye's been recanceled again. Especially on that Twitter. Bye, Kanye. Rail workers still have not gotten their sick days, and it has been made illegal for them to go on a strike. We'll get into that, what that means for you and things to when you go to buy things later. And I'm trying to think of the third thing I was going to talk about. I've really been looking at the music industry, honestly. And I know that's like conspiracy theory wagon, the music industry is. So I don't know how deep we're going to get into that. But I am definitely, I really want to talk about those first two things more than anything. We may get into some Elon and Neuralink, because that's very important too. The chip that he's going to implant in people's brains soon. They'll be ready for human trials soon. So he's going to be putting chips in people's brains. Just a lot and a whole lot of nothing at the same time. And I don't know why that is. That's so crazy to me. It's like, it can feel like we're doing so much, but at the same time, it's so little at the same time. So, let me go forth with this. Ooh, I don't know how to do this now. For those who don't know, I'm trying a new thing for video. So, we'll see how that works. I'm definitely trying a new thing for video. So we have a video for the podcast still, but instead of me uploading it from a different phone, I'm trying the new Anchor FM /Riverside, the new thing to record video with. So we're going to see how that goes. So far, so good. I like it. Okay. I normally would edit this part, so I don't know how I'm going to edit this later on. So it may not be edited that well. I'm just going to tell you that right up front. Okay? Just going to tell you that right up front. And breathe. Okay. So, first things first. Yay. Canceled yet again today. I can make a bar if I want. It's fun. I can't make a bar. I didn't say I was going to make multiple. I said one bar. That was one bar. So we have freaking Kanye and the, I guess, Nazis now? He's a Nazi. He likes Hitler. He's a Nazi. He got banned off of Twitter for posting a swastika within the Star of David on Twitter. And they, for his hate speech. He's the other week, he said going DEFCON 3 against the Jews. For some reason, he doesn't like Jews. Here's what I understand. He also posted something about saying Jesus is king. Jesus is the king of the Jews. That's like the whole point. That's this kingdom is the Jews. So why are you hating on the Jews, but then you're going to say Jesus is king? That's king of the Jews. Like, hello. Did I miss something? Did I go somewhere? I'm not catching why are we doing this right now. I'm really not catching it. So, he got banned off of there. Now, he's been on TikTok all over the place. Not him, but the meme of him saying gotcha at the Balenciaga thing, which has been cracking me the fuck up. And the reason why this is important is because I find it important simply because noticing how people are reacting to him and his anti-Semitism, his Jew hate. I don't hate Jews. I like Jews. Especially if you're going to do your taxes, you probably want to get a Jew. Just saying. But my biggest thing is if you see the reaction between people hating on Jews versus people hating on black people or gay people or another group of people. For some reason, as much as I do not like the Holocaust, it seemed to have taught some people something. Like, we all learned that in school. We all watched those movies for whatever reason. Being a part, like, the Holocaust is bad. We all know, like, it's like, if you ever seen Family Guy, I gotta find that clip. But Family Guy, when Lois like 9/11 is bad and everybody starts cheering, that's kind of what it's like. When people are hating on Jews, like, you're hating on Jews is bad, and it's like, okay, but you hating on black people is also bad. Hating on gay people is also bad. Hating on people in the sexually divergent community is also bad. Like, these are also not good things. But people do them on a regular basis, especially rappers do them on a regular basis, especially hating on people within the sexually divergent community. Yes, I say sexually divergent instead of LGBT alphabet soup. Sue me. Don't really sue me, though, because I really ain't got no money for you to sue me with. I don't think you can sue me for that. I hope not. I don't know. They sue me for a lot of stuff. You know, Google, side note here, we're going to get back to the yay moment for a second, but side note, you know that Google offered $500 to the lady from 81st Deli? I don't know if she's actually worked at 81st Deli or not, but that lady who had that chicken salad, y'all better come get one of these. Y'all better come get one of these. They offered $85 at 81st Deli. They offered her $500. Excuse me. They offered her $500 for that sound, to buy that sound from her. And now that opens up a whole new revenue, which I don't hear people talking about, of people literally buying TikTok sounds, or Google technically buying a TikTok sound, a viral sound. Like, I don't know how deep this goes. It's going to go into basically trying to purchase somebody's voice which is one thing I would like to do. Like, if they purchase somebody's voice for AI, I would like to do that. That seems like that would be fun. But my point is, let me go back to the Kanye thing, because that threw me off saying that. But his brand deal, stuff like that, they've been going down. He's been tweeting things. He's on a little bench. He's running for president. Now, I have to say, I don't completely hate him. I don't. I never really liked him that much to begin with. So there's that. He was a person. He's just a person to me. No more, no less. And I think we get in a lot of trouble by holding up celebrities and referring to them as gods and, you know, Jesus and God and you know, everything like that. I don't even know what they call Nikki besides just Queen Nikki. I don't think they have like a savior name. But so many people have like savior names, and they get these savior complexes. And I don't mean savior as in like, I'm going to come actually save you. They get this complex like they're going to be the one to save everybody just by doing whatever it is that they do. Such as Kanye, right? He has this idea that he's going to be president and like save America. And all he's doing so far has been hating on Jews. So I don't know how that's saving America by hating on Jews. But the other thing he did, this was a couple weeks ago. I think I may have talked about this on this podcast before. I'm not 100% sure. But the other thing he did that has me kind of cracking up, honestly, he went to meet with Trump, former haystack hair Trump, and he asked him to be his VP. He asked the former president to be his vice president. And I'm telling you, the battle of the egos, man. The battle of the egos. Trump was like furious. I thought that was the most hilarious thing possible. Like, yes, please. He brought Nick Fuentes, which I'm not even going to get into that because I don't know too much about him. And I think I don't know too much about him because I don't spend that much time around those kind of people. He apparently is some kind of real hateful ass person who does not like a lot of people, who is very against a whole bunch of progressive ideals. That's not the type of person that I really spend my time trying to research or look up or be around anyway. So I'm not going to really even talk about Nick Fuentes. I know a lot of people don't. I don't. I think I'm saying his name right. I'm probably not even saying his name right. That shows you how much I really care. Normally I really do care about pronouncing somebody's name right, but I'm telling you right now, that shows you how much I really don't care at this moment. Let me get here. Yeah, it's my vape. I smoke my vape on the show. Anyways. So we got kicked off of Twitter yet again. Yay did. After tweeting all that, and people are talking about free speech and blah, 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 blah. I don't think anybody knows what free speech is. I don't think anybody knows how we're going to police speech and what's hate speech and what's not. Honestly, we're all just trying to figure this shit out, and it's very, very irritating. It is. I get on Twitter every day, multiple times a day, especially now that Elon Musk has bought it, because it has been more interesting since he bought it. I'm not even in front with you. It has definitely been more interesting. But I don't go on there to see Ye tweeting about hating Jews. I don't. That's not the reason why I would tune in. I don't know if that's the reason why other people would tune in. Clearly, there's an audience for that. There's Jew haters out there that might like what Ye is spitting out now, and I don't understand why he just doesn't go and be with his best buddy Donald Trump and go to Truth Social. That just he tried to buy Parler. Parler will not let him buy it now. Honestly, by the end of all this, I don't think he would have enough money to buy Parler anyway. Not to say that he wouldn't have enough to physically buy, like Elon Musk got Twitter, but buying it and fixing it, I don't think that that's something that he would be able to do anyway. Making it into a major network, if he even wanted a major network. If he just wanted his own little city thing, a lot of people have their own communities. I have my own community here. I have a Discord server, The Assassination on Discord. Links are on my website, theliving.me. There's also a Reddit community, Facebook groups. We just started Facebook group chats, just started up, so you can have, if you're in a Facebook group, you can get in the group chat. It's just I understand the whole you want to have your own community thing. You want to have your own group of people. You want to have the people who are around you. I've seen a couple music artists do this too, where they have their fans go together. They want their fans in a big plot in a space together they can coexist with. Gaga very famously had an app about that. Nicki Minaj had an app for that too, I believe. But I don't think Nicki's app went as far as Gaga's app. I'm not trying to compare them, but I'm thinking that back in the day, they both had apps. I know, because Enigma is a continuation, is a birth of different ideas that has gone down through things that they've tried with Gaga. I followed her career, so I know a lot of people following new people's careers. Hopefully, you're following my career, but I followed her career. This is why I know this stuff. So he's gone, he's booted, he's done. This might be the one time I really want to hear one of his albums. If he puts out an album before he becomes president, or Kanye being president, but before he, goes real deep into this presidential run, which I think he's really trying to do now, because it means he doesn't really have anything else left. No tea, no shade. Maybe all tea, all shade. I don't know. Because he really ain't got nothing else left. They canceled him off everything else. They tried to get him back on. Elon tried to get him back on Twitter. I think Elon was just trying to be best buddy because he knows they both can be very rash. But at the end of the day, it still ends up being the same thing. But my point is that I don't think people tune into Twitter for that, right? I don't know if it's I imagine the next Kanye album being fuck the Jews, how we say fuck the police. I imagine the next Kanye album's gonna be fuck the Jews for whatever reason. I don't know why he picked the Jews as the enemy either. Such a weird random enemy. You have all these people who literally are against you for things that a lot of people can get behind you for, and you're going after a group of people who has nothing really against you until now. It doesn't make any sense. Not to me, at least. What do we want to do next? I'm not going to spend too much time on that because honestly, it's not worth the time. It's not worth a lot of time. It's not worth it. I kind of want to talk about Neuralink and the brain implants, and then come back to the real world workers. But yeah, because we were already talking about Elon Musk and Twitter, so it's kind of a natural segue to go. Elon Musk owns more than one company. He has now Twitter, Tesla, and Neuralink. There's also the Boring Company, and I think there's another one. I think there's another one too that he owns. I'm not 100% sure. And SpaceX. Duh. Hello. I forget about SpaceX because SpaceX basically just took over NASA. Like, Elon gets government funding for a lot of stuff. That's where he gets a lot of his money. It's government funding. Like, he didn't buy Twitter straight up cash. He bought Twitter with stocks and bonds and funding and all this other kind of Weasley ways to buy something. Which I'm trying to learn these Weasley ways so I can own some random stuff like that in some kind of way because it's kind of cool. NT ways. Yeah, so another one of his companies, since that's the drama that happened on Twitter, another one of Elon Musk's companies, richest man in the world, Neuralink. They're going to start doing human trials. They also Tesla launched semi-trucks as well, but that's not as big. I mean, they're important, but so Neuralink. It's a brain implant. It's a little chip they put in your brain. I guess it's supposed to help you work computers better. I'm not 100% sure what the definite goal of it is. Because looking at it, they said, they showed off that monkeys can basically type telepathically and move a mouse telepathically really, really slowly. Really slowly. Slowly. They move it really slowly. No, like really, it was just that slow. Like it's slower than Haystack Hair talks. But my point is, well, not really my point. But the monkeys have been having these trials now for a while. They've killed monkeys. It's not gone well for monkeys. They have to wirelessly charge the chip without overheating your brain. So you can't like plug it up in there, and it's on a battery, so it dies. So you have to wirelessly charge your head. I don't know if they're going to do it like while you're sleeping or something. Now we're going to have like wireless chargers in our pillows for our heads. That probably is a good idea for that, honestly. You should run me my check. But I don't know what they're going to do for that. Like, so far what they had was some kind of like overhead thing. You stand up underneath it, and it charges your brain chip. Now, Elon Musk has said he's going to get his own brain chip, which I'm like, yeah, you better. If you're making this, you better get one of those. Like, I don't think he's going to be the first human trial, but he's definitely going to get one eventually when they become safer for human implantation or implementation. So the monkeys, they've ready to show them off. They said that human trials will be beginning in 6 months. 6 months, so deep into 2023. Who knows if that's really going to be the timeline, because Elon has a whole history now of having a timeline and then not meeting that timeline. It still gets done, just not in that timeline, which is admirable that it still gets done, but at the same time, why even keep posting these timelines if you know you don't meet your deadlines? Like, I don't know if that's like a thing. He likes to get the public attention for that, but I don't, like, why? Why even do it? So the implant in your brain, I believe Jeff Bezos and he went into a company he invested into a company that is involved in immortalizing people, trying to make people live longer. A lot of these rich people, Elon Musk for one, is one of those people who's publicly not said that he wants to live forever, but a lot of these richer CEOs, they want to live forever. Like, they're trying to figure out how to live forever, and if you're rich like that, I guess you would. You know, they want to be young and rich and live forever. If you're rich, I can see why you want to live forever. I can. If you're young and rich, I can get it. If you're like an older person, I don't really understand with all these aches and pains and moans and groans. No. If you're a poor person, I can see why you wouldn't want that. Rich people, I see why they want that. And there's some people who, again, in the other way around, are like Elon Musk does not want to live forever. According to what he said on his own Twitter, he does not want to live forever. They have a whole bunch of people who do not want to live forever, or who do not, or don't want to put their money towards something like that. Perfectly fine, perfectly understandable. What we need to be putting money towards, though, however, is not Neuralink, even though I'm desperately afraid of the brain implant chips. It just seems like he's making a Tesla robot. iRobot is coming, y'all. Like, if you ever seen the movie Will Smith, iRobot is coming, and Elon Musk is behind it all. We know who the big bad guy is next. Okay? You're gonna either become an android for real with your chip in your head, or you're gonna end up buying a drone bot thing that's going to end up walking around your house and end up probably turning crazy on you. It's a freaking AI. Because, and people have been seen to not train their AIs to be very, very kind. Is very famously, I believe it's Microsoft. I can't remember the name of the bot that they had, but Microsoft on Twitter had put an AI bot on Twitter, and it had learned from people tweeting it, and if people tweet at it mean things, of course. And it's funny because now that bot is so similar to Ye. Is Kanye a bot? Ooh. I love myself. Kanye might be a bot, y'all. He might be an AI bot. He may be the new bot. They talk about them clones and stuff. I don't want to do that. No, I'm not going to do that. But I mean, really, it makes you think about some stuff. Honestly, it really does. And the major thing it needs to think about is the last big thing in the news that happened this week, honestly. And that's railroad workers. So this is very important, and I'm saving the best for last. This is the most one that's probably going to apply to you the very, very most in the near future. Railroad workers cannot strike now. Biden put out a thing. He signed some legislature saying that it's illegal for them to go on strike. Now, the reason why they were going to go on strike, if you have not heard, December 9th was the cutoff date for them to do something. It's now December 3rd as I'm recording this. They have not let them go on strike. He signed a thing that says you cannot go on strike. It's illegal for you guys to go on strike. Blah, blah, blah. We need you all to keep working. Like a slave driver. A lot of people are saying that, he's pro-labor and anti-union for this. A lot of people are saying, he's against. Honestly, I feel like this is so stupid and terrible that we have to leave it up to Congress to fight for sick days. That's what the big fight is about. Now, railroad workers have, I think, I'm going to relook this back up, just one real quick second. Because I believe it's 14 unions. Railroad unions. I'm trying to see. I believe it's 14 unions. But I know 9 of them were cool with them just raising how much they make, raising their wages. Raising their wages is not the problem. They get paid money. They get paid stacks. From my understanding, they get paid good money, and they damn sure getting paid good money because they work every goddamn day. They have no days off. They want a day off. How can you even enjoy the money if you're not? You have to enjoy the money when you're not working. They don't have sick days. They don't have sick pay. That's what they want. Sick pay and sick days. Sick days with sick pay. That's what they want. They're not getting that. So they signed the deal. Biden signed the deal for that. They're not legally able to strike. So basically, if they do strike, they could go to jail for striking. Basically, just for trying to take a day off. You can go to jail for trying to take a day off. Imagine that. Like, imagine you want to take a day off, and you could face jail time for wanting to just not be at work one day. Like, if you're sick, if you literally caught COVID or something, like, you really could, like, not go to work and get legal trouble. That's craziness. .com. Like, I don't know if anybody even has that URL, craziness.com. That should be the first thing up there. I looked up craziness.com. For those people who are watching me and wondering, like, what are you typing? I typed in craziness.com, and it's a bunch of games. So there's some other news information if you wanted to know. There's a bunch of games on craziness.com. Assassin Apparel is also available on thelivingchild.me. Thelivingchild.me, where you can pick up your Assassin Apparel, your bath bombs, which that's been a whole trial for me this week. That will probably go on a YouTube video. Your Awakening Bath Box, so you can take a nice relaxing bath in the tub, give yourself a nice romantic moment, de-stress after hearing up all this news. Because I'm telling you, man, if that railroad strike comes, we're going to be in a hell of a high, like, shortages. You remember, if you all remember 2020, how there were shortages everywhere of everything. You went to the store and the stores were empty. It's that all over again, because the railroads are the things that give us all it's our main source of transportation, even more so than the semi-trucks, which is why I said the Elon Musk semi-trucks, the Tesla semi-trucks, they don't even matter as much as the railroads do, because the railroads give us way more than the semi-trucks do. What we have to worry about is that if these people go on strike, which I still think they're going to. I don't have any inside information at all. Like, at all. Don't even try to, like, say I do or nothing like that. I really do not. But I think they should still go on some kind of strike or do something, because this is craziness. They wanted to get 15 sick days. That got brought down to 7. So, mind you, you know how at a lot of these corporate jobs, this is very much a blue-collar, white-collar debate. I don't care what anybody says. It's classism, it's labor, it's blue-collar, white-collar debate. Because these business people in these suits, the white-collar people, if you don't know what white-collar, blue-collar is, blue-collar people would be like factory workers that usually wear a blue jumpsuit. White-collar would be if you wear that white shirt, white button-up shirt, and you go to an office. That's kind of what that classification is. So the white-collar people, the people who go to the office, get their 2-week vacation, if you guys know that. Most people get their 2-week vacation, they accrue sick time, they get their 2-week vacation, they have some form of a day off you can get. The blue-collar workers don't have that for the railroad. So they don't have any sick days at all. The fight was for 7 now. They really wanted 15. It got brought down to 7. And right now, they're getting nothing, which is craziness. There's an overwhelming vote that they don't get anything. So, I know, and I love Nina Turner. So, Nina Turner has been on Twitter saying how Congress people should lose their sick days, which I'm 100% in agreement with. Yes, girl. Congressmen and congresswomen should lose their sick days who voted for that, because if railroad workers don't have any sick days, they're vital to our lives. So are Congress. Congress is supposed to be vital to our lives. You all get I went through, there's a TikTok of me talking about everybody and their Thanksgiving plates. And Lord knows, don't look at that Marjorie Taylor Greene's chicken, or that turkey, because that turkey was whiter than she was. I'm going to just spill the beans right there. If you want to go look at the full TikTok, go on my TikTok, Z Living Shadow on TikTok. I put it on YouTube and stuff like that too, but I need y'all to be aware. So, railroad workers striking. That means our shelves are going to be very, very empty for a very long time. Inflation is going to be right back where it was. Even though they're saying they're fighting inflation, it's going to be harder to get goods, because these people... And my thing is this. If you give them people sick days and you hire some more people to cover them for those sick days, isn't that not creating jobs? Is that not the thing that they were talking about that they were so proud to be able to do? But I don't understand, I don't understand why they want to do this. Like, Who is blocking them? What person, even like, I know, and I don't believe this is a billionaire, it could be a billionaire, millionaire, donation fund, but what donor is so stupid that they sit there and say, we do not want products to get to people? If you run a business, unless you run a services business, your whole thing is going to get something to somebody. So how are you going to shoot yourself in the foot no matter what kind of business it is? Unless you're purely running services business. Purely. And I don't know any billionaires who would just have a pure services business. They usually have a product that they're trying to get out to somebody. So if you literally are handicapping your way to get your product to another person, you're shooting your own self in the foot. Is your greed that terrible where you're so like blinded to the fact that you're not even going to like, your reputation as a company goes down if you can't get the product to people? Trust me, I know. That Facebook thing fucked me up last year. I have a podcast about it. Go in the archives. I was talking about Facebook and Facebook business, which is not, they still need some help with Facebook business, even though they fired all those people. I don't know who's working on Facebook business, because I hope they ain't fired none of them people. They need all the people they can get over here to help them. Itchy. Point being, now with all this, so go to the grocery store now, stock up, get your stuff ready before the 9th. We don't know what's going to happen, especially going into the new year. If you have Christmas gifts, I wouldn't even worry about buying Christmas gifts, honestly. This may be the year Christmas is canceled because of this strike. And I don't want to be like, well, they're not allowed to strike, so it's all good, because that's not good. These workers are still going to... If I were them, they better go to their union, and their union better figure out something. That's the whole point of them having a union, is to fight back against this stuff. So that they can have some days off, so they can have some time to themselves, some sick time. I mean, if you're sick and you're doing that stuff, imagine how much, if we're talking all this gets transferred through rail, and these people are sick, how easily is that to spread COVID? To spread the flu? If these people are already sick, if these people go in there and they're sick, and these are sick days pay, this is not just holiday pay, which they should be getting. Okay, like we need to fight for them to have holiday pay too, and time off for holidays. I don't care if it's the railroad. That's a lot of days right there they need to have to spend time with their families, because they're on the road constantly. Shipping and shopping and doing everything else to get these things out to people. Like freaking Santa's sleigh out there. It's like you see Santa works one day a year, or one night a year, on deliveries. These people are doing this all day, all night, every day. No break. No time off. No nothing. They need holiday pay and sick pay, to be honest. But imagine if they're sick. You know, we all saw, if you weren't there, you probably should look it up by now. There was, when COVID first came out, they talked about how it came from China, right? Now, and there was the Simpsons commercial, someone being sick. It wasn't really a commercial, it was a TV show, but they were sick, and they like sneezed in a box, and that someone else opened that box, and that's how the germ got like, the bacteria and the germs got spread all over into these new places, because people were sick and sneezing in the factory because they couldn't leave. They were being slave driven, could not leave, no sick time. This is what's happening to the railroad. So if you notice what's happening, how often, like literally think back to 2020. If these people had sick days, how much, if they took it, if they actually had COVID, or if they felt some type of sickness, even if it wasn't COVID, like how many people could have been saved? Honestly, just straight up saved. May not have been sick, but just straight up not even died from this. The nurse that was injecting people with saline instead of actually injecting them with the vaccine, she got off. I don't know if y'all saw that news story. She got off. Go look it up. I'll bring it up right here. That nurse. She was injecting people with saline because she was an anti-vaxxer and she was a nurse. and she didn't believe in getting the vaccine, so she didn't give it to other people who literally went up and volunteered and signed up for it. She got off on that. They didn't give her any jail time or anything. I don't even think they gave her probation. Let me see what they gave her. Nurse Slayz. No, not poisoning. Yeah, it was a German nurse, so it's not an American nurse, but still. She gave 8,600 people saline instead of the COVID vaccine. She gave 8,000, almost 9,000 people. Almost 9,000 people. Sorry, y'all. I don't even know what Do Not Disturb is now. I got a new phone. I got the Pixel 7 Pro. I know I said I wasn't going to get it, but I got it. Black Friday sale was pretty good. It was $150 off. Plus, I got to trade in my Pixel 2. Plus, I get store credit from Google because I got it from the Google store. So altogether, it was like $150. I'm just like, I guess so. And I won't need to get anything else. Plus, I got this fancy new case from Moist. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right at all. It's MOUS. And it has MagSafe on it. So I can literally use it for my, like, the same Apple MagSafe stuff. It has MagSafe inside. It's actually kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say about those railroad workers, man. There's a lot that can be said, a lot that should be said, because they need to have their time off. They really do. Everybody does. But yeah, we will talk about more stuff next week. I'm going to try and just do breakdowns. I also am going to release another episode talking about my autosexuality a little bit. Just because I feel like that's something that a lot of people don't get to hear about, know about. You know, I'm putting that in the podcast episode. So stay tuned for that. Also, I do want to thank everybody who's been listening to this show, who's been watching this show. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm doing my best. As you see, we're getting better over here, trying new things. It's Riverside FM, getting better over here. Got a new little studio going, so we'll see how well that works. And yeah, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Please contact your Congress people about this railroad so that we can get this, hopefully get them to get some reasoning and some sense. I don't know, these people. But their reason is about as low as they seasoning. I'm telling you, look at them plates. Their reason about as low as they seasoning. No white people with no seasoning on their food and they ain't got. Anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Have a beautiful, 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 blessed day. Namaste. And remember, we are the assassination. Bye.